Okay. I think Chiwai will help me to record. So can we have some views from you? What would be your ideal engineering? How would you want to, in what ways would you want to improve your engineering education? I'll start from the back. Ladies?
Oh, we think our students kind of have problems on communication a lot.
Yes.
On writing and presentation. Sometimes they know the material, they know, understand it, but cannot explain it.
Okay. So better communication, yeah, skills, yeah.
Okay, the first thing we would like our students to maybe realize is that they are in the higher education institute, so they need to have the intellectuality. The first one, the intellectuality.
Intellectual.
ใฝ่รู้อะ
intellect อะไร
the willing to learn, willingness to acquire the new knowledge, something like that. And the second thing we would like to have to improve our engineering education is to have the actual application for our students to experience, something like that.
Okay, so more experiential, active.
เอาตัวท้ายด้วยป่ะ
Active application, experiential learning. Yeah.
So maybe I think that we have to divide our target, our student, maybe into main groups for the research and for the industry. So I think that we should take them involved in university more. As I discussed with some company like a Chevron or something like SCG, that they found that our student maybe have quite something like how to say, quite slow to learn something in the industry. So I think that it would be better, and I discussed with them already, that they should send some the expert to teach or something to train our student in university much more. And for the research, maybe we have to send students to work with the researcher in a national center or something like this. Yeah.
Okay, so there are two things here, and one of it is really for your students to be industry ready. Am I right? Would you say that? Industry ready, ready for industry, yeah? Industry ready. The other one is to be better researchers. Would that mean? Did you see? Yeah? Okay.
Okay, we came up with two ideas. The first one is the same as a previous idea about the experience for the student, and the second one is about we agree with what you said earlier about the attitude of the new generation about the live to live, and we want to decelerate to slow down their thought about transforming the thought from live to work to live to live. So we want to change their attitude about education.
Would it be?
It's more like yes.
To the learning?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
To me, education is the way of life. Set the education as the way of life, and use the industrial life project to drive the curriculum.
Okay, so industrial projects. So back to the experiential learning.
Okay.
And also lifelong learners, right?
Yes.
Lifelong learners. Okay, thank you. How about this gentleman? Would you like?
For myself, I think our students can do anything by themselves, and also they have a reason. They can explain what they have to do. Thank you.
So independent learners, yes, independent learners. Have I asked you?
We talk about that the attitude of the students right now. They are like they lack of good attitude toward our engineering. Many of the students are now like they don't have that goal. What for to come here to study engineering, and they think, okay, first just study engineering, and then later on we'll decide what to do later on, and we like them to have a better attitude about engineering at first hand.
Yes. So, I'm knowing the purpose of learning engineering. Why am I learning engineering? So they are clear about why they're learning, about purpose in learning engineering. Yes? Would you say that would be what you can? Okay.
For me, I guess, how to improve the engineering education now, I'd like to get less restriction from university.
Like what?
So that we can do anything freely. Otherwise, anything, all the ideas that we offer may be restricted with some rules.
Okay. So a review of the rules that you have. Okay. How about you?
I think with like students like to enjoy, right? So that we teacher like have some goal that for how do we want our engineers to have like for the outcome. So the idea is like how can we make the student enjoy in study, so they can enjoy learning and we can enjoy teaching. So that's ideal.
So they are motivated. They want to learn. Yes. Is it the same group? Same group. Okay, Professor Mano, same group. Okay, thank you very much.
Just one question. Just one question. During our discussion, there's a question comes up. When we look for the ideal education, sometimes we focus right to the end that whether the student go to the profession or go to the engineering schools or go to the research institute. If the target are different, would the result are different?
When you talk about result, what are you talking about?
I mean the ideal education up there. I just wonder if people have different target in mind and how you deal with that.
Okay, so if you have different ends in mind, one is I have to prepare my students for industry, or I have to prepare my students for research career, right? Or the other one is I have to prepare my students to be an academic, right? Would your curriculum be different? What do you think? Would it be different?
The answer might be obvious. Yes, it will be different. But I mean, during our discussion today and the next day, I wonder if the difference in people minds would lead us to something that might be not applicable in some way.
I think that's a very valid and a very good question. It is something that we ourselves face. Okay, our mission given to us by our government is that we have to prepare our graduates for industry. Very clear. Okay, but the students that are coming to our institution are pretty good students. And many of them want to go on. Now, we don't have a degree, but our students enter the second year of a university degree. They want to go on to do their further studies. So we also are facing this dilemma. Same thing, we prepare our students for industry, but their ambitions is to continue further studies. We have the same dilemma. So I think, Linda, want to say something? Okay, so yes, we have to be very clear what we want to do, because the outcome that you want to achieve, or the key outcome that you want to achieve, and if that's your key outcome, the experiences that you give to your students will be slightly different, okay? But I think there's core curriculum, core experiences that would be similar. All right, so there might be some slight difference, and we do try to distinguish some of it. So we have what we call options. So those who are on the research track, we put them into research institutes for attachments and so forth. And those that prefer the industry track, we give them attachments to industry. The experience is different. But the core fundamentals that we teach would still be similar. Okay, so that's how we see it. The other thing I see, and I'm very, very, very heartened here, is that when you told me your ideal program, you said, my students. And that is the first thing that we ourselves feel is so important, that the focus should be on what your students, who you want your students to be. Okay, and that would be where your vision is, this is my ideal student. It's not really the curriculum or the content, but what I want my graduate to be. Okay, so that's what I thought was really powerful in what you have just gave feedback to me. You want independent learners. You want students who enjoy learning and enjoy being an engineer. Okay, they know why they're learning, why they're doing this course. Okay, they may not want to stay in the course after they graduate. They might become something else, but at least they enjoy it while they're here, and they know that while they're learning engineering, it is still useful for their future. Okay? We can't control their future. All right? What we can control is what experiences that we give to them here while they're with you. Once they leave you, it's very hard for you to control what they do in the future. We hope that they will still continue in the career that we're preparing them for, but it's very hard. Yeah? You ask for better comm skills, lifelong learners, experiential learning. Okay? And I think these are the ingredients that we are going to talk about when we talk about CDIO. So it's a good start. So let's move on. Linda, anything you want to say?
Because I was in charge of all the courses in my school, so this is something like Helen said, I always have to grapple. So what I do is that we talk to the university, because our students go to university, and we ask them what are the core subjects that you need the student to have in order to go to the second year, because the student don't want to go to the first year. So we retain these fundamentals. So it's about, say, 70%. And we always ask ourselves, are these courses, it's good to have, but you can live without? This is the question we always ask ourselves. It's good to have, but you can live without. So those good to have, you can live without, you can change. And this is the one that we actually play around. So like for mechanical students, we have students, every year we have a special programs. 40 students do industry projects for 6 months. So these are the people who are interested in industry projects. We send them there. But we can't send everybody because it's a very expensive course. So those who are not interested in industry projects, then they go on to study the normal theoretical subjects. So we have like 4 or 5 options for students to choose. But at the end of the day, whatever you choose, they can guarantee a place in the university. As well as if they want to go to industry, they can also go to industry. So it's a very lengthy process, but you've got to plan it very carefully. Okay, and some, like what Helen said, they choose, because we also collaborate with the university. So in the final year projects, they actually do projects with the university. So there are many, many arenas, many, many options. Okay?
Let's move on. Okay, let me now introduce CDIO. It is a worldwide initiative. It started off with MIT and 3 Swedish universities. Now, why 3 Swedish universities? The reason is because They got funding from Wallenberg Foundation, and Wallenberg is a Swedish foundation, and the condition attached to the funding is that you must get our universities involved. Okay, so MIT plus 3 Swedish universities. Now, currently, we have more than 90 institutions worldwide who are collaborators of CDIO. And every year, more and more institutions are coming on board. So these are the North American institutions. So besides MIT, Stanford also became a CDIO collaborator, and it's the mechanical department, I think just 2 years ago. So Stanford, Michigan, Duke University, Arizona State, which is also one of the up and rising universities in US. They've undergone a very huge change in the way they deliver their curriculum. So they've been looked at as quite an innovative university. And the Canadian side, we have Montreal, Queens, Calgary, Colorado, and so forth. This is the Nordic. I think there's a longer list. I don't think I captured everything. Chalmers, KTH, Helsinki, Aalborg, DTU, Turku, and so forth. We just went to Telecom for our worldwide meeting. Sklokova is in Russia. And it's a brand new university, which Ed Crawley is the founder of CDIO, has gone to start up in Russia. In fact, no building yet. He says flat land, there's a lot of snow. Okay, so this is UK, Ireland. So we've got Queen Belfast, Liverpool. We've invited Professor Matt Murphy from Liverpool to come to Chulalongkorn, and he's quite agreeable. So we hope to work around his schedule and see if he could come. Yeah. Then in Australia, we've got Sydney, QUT, Auckland, and I think a few more who are interested to join, but have not yet made their presentations, but have expressed interest. Latin America and Africa, and this is our Asia region. So 2 of us in Singapore, this is Japan, Kanazawa, these 2 are from Vietnam, and this is from Malaysia. Okay, so we'd love to have Chulalongkorn here as one of our collaborators. And then all these are from China. Yeah, so this is our Asia, and we're growing. We're also working with UTM, University Technology Malaysia. So, and also now going to work with Indonesia as well, university in Indonesia. So this will grow.